Hi, and welcome to the EKM Countdown for Office 10. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Chad Rothschiller. I'm a program manager with Excel in Office. And also, any chat questions that you might have, please feel free to submit those now. We'll queue them up, and I'll answer those offline after the presentation. I'm here today to talk about Excel, and specifically the XML support in Excel 10. The key concepts that I want you to walk away with today is that we can get data into Excel, XML data specifically. Spreadsheet data and models are also exposed to other applications that can consume XML. And because we can get data into Excel and out of Excel in XML format, it makes it a tighter integration for integrating Excel with other business applications. The first thing I want to talk about is the XML spreadsheet schema that we've developed. So essentially what this is, it's an Excel spreadsheet that's represented in XML data format. It's valid and well-formed according to the W3C. Our goal here is to unlock spreadsheets and the data in spreadsheets, for example, formulas, calculated results, and formatting, to other applications. So what is XML for end users in Excel? Well, you can save your spreadsheets out as XML documents. You can also get any generic XML data source, or more specifically, you can also get XML spreadsheet schema data into Excel for analysis. And also, web query has been extended to support XML data sources. So what does this mean for developers? You can now create high-fidelity spreadsheet models outside of Excel using VBA, ASP, or whatever other technologies you want to use. And you can transform generic XML documents into the XML spreadsheet schema, again, for high-fidelity representation in Excel. Other points, you can get data out of spreadsheets that your applications are interested in. And we've extended range.value, I'll talk about that later, to understand XML spreadsheet schema. You can get XML spreadsheet schema for a range of cells, and you can also set the values of a range of cells by pushing XML spreadsheet schema into range.value. Okay, so some of the hand authoring scenarios that we're thinking about here, and when I say hand authoring, I really mean creating outside of Excel. Scenario number one would be Excel calculation. What we're doing is getting data from somewhere else. You can transform that into XML spreadsheet and pop that into Excel for application of business rules or further analysis and calculation. Scenario number two would be process integration. We've talked about that a little bit already. We're basically integrating Excel into a business process. A user would get data from somewhere else, maybe an enterprise system, analyze that in Excel, maybe enhance it, and then pass it off to another system via the XML format. If you want to do reporting on your XML data, you could get that into Excel and create nice looking formats and print those out or send those on to somebody else that needs to view the report. The editing review tool we've already talked about, and that's basically, again, integrating Excel as a part of a larger business process. Okay, so the first demo I want to talk about is where I've got an ASP page that's interacting with Excel 10. What I'll do is I'll click on the purchase order template, load that into Excel, we'll fill out the data, and then we'll click a button that saves that as XML spreadsheet out to the web server via HTTP. After that, we'll come back to this web page, and we'll transform that into an HTML summary view, maybe for an executive. And then also we'll convert that data structure into another XML structure that you can pass off to a different system. Okay, so let's load that up in Excel. This is what that would look like, a blank template with the button at the bottom. There I fill out the data, and then we'll click on the button, and we've now submitted. Okay, so what we've done is we've taken that template, and we've saved it as XML spreadsheet out to the web server. Now we're back at the web page. And to view the report, we'll click on that button. This is going to take the ASP page, load the purchase order XML, and then transform that with an XSL into HTML view. Okay, so there's our summary HTML view. Going back to the web page now, we can also transform that into a different XML data structure. Okay, so that's what the data structure would look like in IE. Then you can submit that data structure to a different system for processing. Okay, unlocking data scenarios. What we're doing here is we've got data in Excel that we want to expose to other applications. So we're thinking templates here. is one scenario. Templates or other spreadsheet models. Purchase orders, expense reports, timesheets, you could fill out and submit those to a website. You convert it into XML data and pass that along to another system. Another cool thing you could do here that we were thinking about was in stock portfolios. If you're an investment manager, and you got a whole team of investment managers managing different portfolios, you can track your earnings and holdings using spreadsheet, save that as XML maybe to a central share, or submit that to an ASP page. You'd have another process that could scan and look for that data, pick up those XML documents. You could even process them, summarize them, pull the data that you want out to do analysis on your complete holdings across the company. And again, those processes can be done outside of Excel. We've just made our data available to those processes as long as they can consume XML. Okay, scenario number 2, just browser presentation of the data. We've already seen this in that first demo with the ASP page. You can pull out the specific items you want and present that in HTML format using XSL. Okay, so the second demo I want to talk about is range.value. Here what we've got is, again, my purchase order template, and we'll fill it out, and then the button at the bottom, behind that is going to be some VBA code. It's essentially going to load up an XSL. It's going to ask for the range of this purchase order template using range.value to be represented in XML. Then we'll apply a transform that transforms that into different XML data structure, maybe for a different system to be submitted to. Okay, so there we filled out the data, and there's the message box showing the different XML structure. So behind the scenes, this is what that module would look like. Just a couple lines of code to transform that XML into a different structure. Okay, so the third demo that I have is really of a different feature in Excel involving XML, and this is called directed translation. Essentially what we do here is any generic XML document that Excel doesn't natively understand, we can also transform that into XML spreadsheet if there's an associated style sheet. So what we do is we detect if there's an associated style sheet that's connected to that XML document. When we do it, so in this presentation here, you can see the circled, I've commented this out, but so we can see it in IE, but I'll take the comments out when we load it through Excel. Okay, so we're going to do a file open on that document. And Excel has detected there's a style sheet and asking if we want to apply the style sheet. Now this doesn't have to be a style sheet that transforms into XML spreadsheet schema. It can be an HTML load as well. But what I've done is written a style sheet that transforms a generic purchase order into this specific spreadsheet schema. Okay, so we'll do the application of the style sheet, and then we see the data has actually been merged in with the template. Okay, demo number 4. This is the final demo, really, and this is regarding the flattener. What we do if we don't have a style sheet that's associated with the generic XML document is that we just load that through kind of a hierarchical flattening. So what we have is XML is hierarchical data, and then we flatten that into a tabular view. So again, here's my generic hierarchical XML data, and I'm going to do a file open on it without the style sheet applied. And this is what you would look like. Again, these kind of things are great for pivoting on, great for ad hoc analysis, and the end goal is to be able to get any XML document into Excel for analysis. Okay, so some of the things that are not supported in XML spreadsheet. Again, what we're focusing on here is to have a full, rich spreadsheet model and have that exposed as XML. So we don't support charts, drawing objects, embedded objects, Visual Basic projects, things like that, grouping and outlining. Okay, so some of the key takeaways that I want you to learn from today's talk is that really you can get data into Excel from XML data sources. We also expose XML data in the format of XML from Excel, so you can get at that data with other applications. You can also integrate spreadsheet models right in the middle of your applications as well. Okay, so for more information on the stuff that I've talked about, you can visit my link here is a white paper on XML and Excel. And then I've also created a share where you can get all the demos that I did And there's a Word document there that'll also talk you through some of the concepts that we're trying to demonstrate here. And you can also contact me, Chad Roth, with email if you have any other questions. Okay, well, that was a short presentation, but that's the gist of what I want to get over today. So thanks for attending. And again, any chat questions, please go ahead and submit those, and then we'll queue those up and I'll answer those offline. Thanks.